A Milani stick clouded leopard appeared deep in the queue in Ling Mountains. A group of zoo animal trainers tried every trick in the book, attempting to tame it and bring it back to the zoo as their prized exhibit. Some used special toys, others special food. One zoo even brought a female clouded leopard, trying the old honey trap tactic. But in the end, none of it worked. The Milani stick clouded leopard in the cage only roared at them, showing no other reactions. The only time there was any change was with the keeper from Moda Wildlife Park. This guy actually brought catnip, a favorite of felines. When placing the catnip before the Milani stick clouded leopard, for once, it didn't roar, just gave a puzzled glance, just as everyone thought. Moda Wildlife Park would take the beautiful leopard home. The Milani stick clouded leopard suddenly lashed out again, and its roars were fiercer than ever. When all seemed hopeless, the sound of brakes screeched suddenly. Su Yuan arrived at the scene with Zhang Xiaoyun. Director Wang hurried over, leading them to the cage. All the zookeepers present, upon seeing such a young face, started murmuring among themselves. Well, here comes a green herd. This kid can't be more than 20. What experience could he possibly have? What a waste of time. Looking at Su Yuan, everyone shared the same thought. If they couldn't handle the clouded leopard, this young guy stood no chance. Director Su, they're not wrong. If you're not confident, maybe it's better not to try. Director Wang had witnessed everything earlier, so he'd had doubts about Su Yuan. Su Yuan ignored their comments, and directly activated his ability to hear animals' thoughts. So sleepy and cold. These two minus-legged creatures are no good, especially the one with the catnip. How annoying. Hearing the clouded leopard's thoughts, Su Yuan gave a puzzled look at the catnip. He went to the car and brought out a quilt. What can a cotton quilt do? This guy isn't planning to abandon the clouded leopard, but to smother it, is he? Can't do anything right. Wasting time. The onlooking keepers. None of them thought he could do it, and Su Yuan didn't bother with their gossip. Directly approaching the cage, slowly stuffing the quilt inside. Here, little one. This is for you to cover up with. It's very warm. When the quilt first went in, the clouded leopard was still quite agitated, but once the quilt was fully inside the enclosure, and covering the clouded leopard, all the keepers present widened their eyes in disbelief. Impossible, how could this be? Wow, a single quilt did the trick. No way, there must be something fishy. He must have put something in the quilt. Definitely added something. Must be some kind of sedative or the like. Hearing this, the other keepers turned their gaze back to Su Yuan. Su Yuan initially wanted to deny it, since he hadn't done anything, but seeing the expectant looks on the keepers' faces, his thoughts changed. I didn't. I absolutely didn't. Don't talk nonsense. Su Yuan's tone wasn't very firm, giving the impression of making excuses. Even Director Wang, who had been supporting him all along, started to have doubts. The keepers quickly shouted, demanding Yang Suo to give a fair judgment. Yang Suo glanced at Su Yuan, frowning slightly. He felt Su Yuan was doing it on purpose, but he had no proof. In that case, let's test it then. Check if there are any sedative components in it. Soon. The quilt was taken out again by the staff. Then, under everyone's gaze, completed the sampling. Sampling completed. Next is the process of waiting for the results. Director Su, who would have thought you looked so refined, but act so unethically when it comes to doing things? Exactly. We all lure them openly and honestly. This guy actually resorts to technology and dirty tricks. No wonder he looks so confident. I said it before. Such people shouldn't be allowed to participate in the test. Wasting time. Director Su, what they're saying must be false, right? One after another, taunts came from their mouths, making Director Wang feel terrified. Just as Su Yuan was about to explain, the testing staff came out. All the doubters quickly gathered around. Is there a sedative component? Be confident. There must be. We should ask how much sedative was used. Yeah, if it exceeds the standard dose, it could lead to a prison sentence. Judging by the clouded leopard's appearance, this guy's looking at 2 or 3 years of sewing machine time. Very sorry. No sedative components were detected in the quilt. Not even any traces of chemical residues. As soon as these words were spoken, the scene fell silent. You could hear a pin drop. Every single one of the keepers was completely stunned, seeing their shocked expressions. Su Yuan couldn't help but laugh out loud. Hearing Su Yuan's laughter, the keeper from Moda Wildlife Zoo angrily approached him. Damn it, tell me. Where exactly did you hide the sedative? Confess honestly, or else I'm calling the police. Call the police. Good. Hurry up and call. This might be for the best, so they can arrest you, right? The keeper from Moda Wildlife Zoo's eyes suddenly showed hesitation. Su Yuan ignored him, and instead went to the cage, picked up a piece of catnip. This was what the keeper at Moda Wildlife Park used to lure the clouded leopard. Holding catnip, Su Yuan showed it to everyone. Then, under everyone's gaze, Su Yuan gave it a shake. Instantly, white powder slowly scattered out from the catnip. The expressions of the Moda wildlife park keepers changed repeatedly, until finally, one rushed forward, trying to snatch the catnip away. Stop! What do you think you're doing? Angry shouts rose one after another. Those who had been siding with the Moda wildlife park keeper turned around and grabbed the guy, fearing he might break free. They tied him up tightly. Let me go. I didn't do it. You've all been fooled by this kid. The Moda wildlife park keeper kept arguing, but the test results were already out, confirming it was a sedative, and the dosage was 5 times over the limit. 5 times? You've got some nerve. You're a disgrace. I swear I'd like to punch you dead. While everyone was busy apprehending the Moda wildlife park keeper, the clouded leopard stealthily emerged. A sudden howl rang out, and the crowd was startled. Oh no, it's escaped! Run!